Hey there, Luke Kaliński from SNowIT speaking. I'm thrilled to welcome you back to our channel. Today we are diving into some game-changing solutions that are designed to elevate your ServiceNow experience to new heights. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just getting started, you are in for a treat. But before we jump into the details, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way you will never miss out on the latest insights and innovative solutions we share here at SNowIT. Now, let's get down to business. Today we will discuss the logic which is placed in here and I will explain you how to deal with it. So let's start from requested for. As you remember, this is a single row variable set, and as you can see now, it's loaded when we were uploading the form. So the value is getting up on load, right? Once we change it, requestor's creation time was populated. So it means that on change of this particular field, we are also applying the value in here. So this is one scenario when we are providing the value out of single row variable set. This is a normal reference field, and as you can see, once we change something, these fields are auto-populated. So this is another scenario. And as you can see at the bottom, you can see that in here we are getting requester ID. So it means that we are auto-populating the values out of the single row variable set into this field. And in here we got this multiple row variable set. So this is handling a bit tricky logic, and I will explain you how to deal with that. So once we open it, as you can see, this requested for is auto-populated out of this requested for, which is in the catalog item directly. Then when we choose something, click add. As you can see in the summary, we got this information, right? So it means that we are auto-populating value out of multiple row variable set. So when we add something more, as you can see, we have two items, but now when we delete something, we have one item. So it means that we have full sync of this information. So let's switch to advanced view and I will explain you how it works. Let's start from UI policies. So as you can see, we have one UI policy which has rules when we should show the summary field. So let's see the output. So as you can see, we have summary field and we are setting it visible, right? So visible is equal to true. If we have this reverse if false, it means that when the conditions are not met, we are setting opposite. So if it means that if the conditions are met, we are showing the field. If they are not met, we are not showing the field. So that's all what you need to know. And then in here you have this condition. So summary is not empty and reverse if false is marked, right? So we have possibility to show and hide the field. Also, what is important, on the left side you have this applies on catalog item view. So it means that once we are opening our catalog item, this rule will be applied. In here you have possibility to apply this rule also on catalog tasks and requested items. Another way, an additional way, is to run the scripts. So also you can provide some scripts when the conditions are met and when they are not met, right? You can run them just on desktop, just on mobile, on all devices. As you remember, when we were placing the expert, then location, approving manager, and approver's email was populated. So let's see how it looks like. So I will open these fields and you will see how easily you can manipulate these values. As you can see, this is our expert field, right? And it points to user table, and we don't have any default value and we don't have any auto-populate value. In the location, we have auto-populate and we are using expert and we are automatically getting location from this expert record, right? In approving manager, we are auto-populating manager out of the expert, and in approver email, we are populating from expert, we got the manager and we got the email of the manager, right? So we can dot walk. So we are using manager and then we are getting his email. So this is how we can set up easily just via configuration. How it looks in the catalog item when we choose someone, as you can see, location, approving manager, and approver's email is populated. Now let's talk a bit about data lookup definition. So it's working as a matcher and setter, right? So we are looking for some value and we are setting then some value to some field, right? So if we open this user lookup, as you can see, it points to sys user table, right? So we'll be using user table. So in here, we are looking for ID from our requested for. So it means that when we specify someone in the requested for, we are grabbing this ID, right? So it means that we'll have the user record and some possibility to grab the values out of it. And then in a setter, we are placing in our requestors created variable sys created on from sys user table. So how it looks like. As you remember, I said when we are changing requested for, then this creation time is populated. And this is how it was set in the backend. Now let's focus on more advanced things. So we'll be scripting something. So let's start from requested for. So we have this client script. And as you can see, it's applied to all UI types. So it means that we will be running it on every desktop, on every device. And then we have this type on change. So it means that if something changed, if the field changes, we are running this script, right? So we have also possibility to make it on load. So it means that when we upload the form, then this script may be triggered, or when we are submitting the form. So for example, we can make some validation. So on the change, we are specifying the variable name. So if we open it, as in here, you can see the single variables that are assigned particularly to the item. And in here, you got the variable set and then the variable. So it means that we will be triggering this script when our variable in the variable set is changed, right? So in here, we are getting ID from that field. So we are pointing to variable set value, right? To variable set field value. And then we are setting it in our variable. So this is how it works. So once I choose any requested for, then the value in the summary should be shown. So let me see how it works. This is how it works. Let's now see how we can populate data into multiple row variable set and how to get data out of it, right? So we have this client script, and this is important because we don't have access to the fields that are placed in our catalog item directly. So it means that you cannot retrieve in your MRVS the value which is placed in catalog item directly, right? So to do it, we need to expose our GForm in this variable in this object, which is set in the browser, right? So we will be using this cat g form. And as you can see, it's also set on load. So it means that when we upload our catalog item, we'll create this variable, right? Then we have to switch to our affected inventory, and you will see the logic which is there. So as you can see, we have populate users. So in here, we are populating user in this variable set directly from the catalog item. So to do it, we need to use our gcat_g form, which we set previously, or when it's native UI logic, we have to use the parent g form, right? But in our case, we'll be using this logic, and then we have to set our requested for CI via this value, which is coming directly from the catalog item. So let me present the logic that we currently have, right? So once we open this multiple row, as you can see, this requested for is populated. And this is a part that we have set, right? Now we need to find a way, the logic, how to apply that value to the summary once we submit this multiple row or we make some changes directly in this table, let's say. So to achieve that, as you can see, we have another variable which is not displayed, and this is the custom variable. And if we open that, you will see some special setup for it because it's not a field. Let's say it's using a widget. So we are assigning directly widget to our catalog item. And we have this MRVS checker. And in the type specification, we are specifying the widget that we want to use. So if we open that, you will see the setup for this widget. So what is important from this widget side, we don't need to specify HTML, CSS, and server script. We just need to specify client controller. And what is important, as you can see, we are using this scope. So we need to set it as an argument, right? And then we are getting to our gform object via this page.gform. And then we are able to use our gform. And then we are watching for some changes. And then when the value for affected inventory is changed, we are assigning it to our summary field. And that's it. So it means that we are able to get requested for into our MRVS via some client scripts, and then we can make some synchronization out of the MRVS to our summary via this widget. How it looks like? So let me add something. So now, as you can see, this requested for is populated via client script directly from our form. But when we choose something and click add, we are changing this value, right? Changing this JSON, and this JSON is populated in the summary. So this is how our widget works. Also, when you add something more, as you can see, you have two objects right now. And what is important, when we remove something out of this action, it's also a sign. So it means that our widget makes this synchronization. The last thing that I would like to show is this available for, not available for. So it means that we are setting some restrictions to visibility of this catalog item to some users, groups, etc. So in here we are using Oklahoma users. So as you can see, everyone who belongs to location Oklahoma City will be able to see the item. Also, you can specify the users, the groups, the roles, companies, departments, etc. out of this record. So it means that you are allowing these particular objects to see the form. Also, you have advanced, so you can make some scripting. So that's it. See you in the next video, and we'll be covering the next topic related to these catalog items. I appreciate you spending your time with us today. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to subscribe and explore our website at snowit.co. Your support keeps us going. Exciting things are on the horizon, so stay tuned. See you in the next video.